Hi, my name is Natasha, and this video is for you if you're afraid of burning out again. Maybe you're currently on the path of burnout recovery, maybe you are still on sick leave, maybe you've already returned to your old job or to a new job, and you're deeply afraid of burning out again. Maybe you see certain symptoms come up again, sleep issues, maybe some slightly panicky moments, a lot of anxiety, whatever it is. I'm going to use certain words that might resonate with what you're feeling at the moment. But please seek professional help if you do believe you are burning out again, or if certain symptoms are just very, very strong and you feel you need support dealing with those. So by continuing this video, you agree to take on full responsibility for your own health and well-being. That being said, we can go straight into the tapping. All right. First of all, right now, if you clicked start on this video, you probably have some fear around potentially burning out again. Or it is your mind that's just coming up with certain scenarios of you potentially being in the same situation again. This is, of course, sometimes it can be related to symptoms being strong again, symptoms that we know from when we burned out, but sometimes it's just a fear of what might happen when actually in the present moment everything's going well. So I'm going to speak to both of those scenarios intuitively. And if something doesn't sound right or doesn't feel true for you, you can change my words to make it more potent. The more specific your language in EFT, the more you will see shifts happening for you on a mind level, but also and particularly on an emotional level. So before we start tapping, I would ask you to rate your stress or that fear of burning out again on a scale from 0 to 10. Or if you don't want to use the scale, you can use maybe colors, green, orange, red, where you currently at. I personally like to use the scale from 0 to 10. You don't have to. But where would you say you are at the moment? How strong is that fear that you are burning out again? Maybe it's a 10. It's very, very strong. Maybe it's a 5. It's somewhat strong and present. And then just tune in to where you're feeling that in your body at the moment. Maybe it's your shoulders, your neck. Maybe it's your belly, your diaphragm. Your chest, your back, could be anywhere. And then tune in to, or just notice what kind of thoughts are coming up, what kind of emotions when you think about potentially burning out again. And let it be there for a moment. In EFT, we never try to get rid of things. We clear the energy around what we are presently feeling, and thereby actually those feelings go away most of the time, or at least they're being reduced. All right, so you can just tap where I tap and repeat what I say. If the emotions come up and they're very, very strong, keep tapping. And if you can't repeat what I say, then at least tap along. Those feelings and strong emotions, they will subside. All right. Even though I'm scared of burning out again, I'm sitting here and tap on myself. Even though I'm scared of burning out again, I have compassion with how I'm feeling right now. Even though I'm scared of burning out again and being seen as weak, or seeing myself as weak, I know what I need to feel better and safe. Then we tap on the points. You can tap on both sides or just on one side. Either side is fine. All this fear I have of burning out again. I don't feel strong and resilient enough. I don't feel strong enough. Or maybe I'm just already thinking about what could happen. I'm scared of being in the same place all over again. This fear, and here on the side of your body, on the ribs, I'm afraid I'm not strong enough. Then under your breasts, on the ribs, I don't know if I could do this again. I don't want to burn out again. What will other people think of me? I need to be strong. I need to be strong. And others need to perceive me as strong. I cannot be weak again. I've had this one chance for rest, and that's it. Now I need to be strong for the rest of my life. I can never be weak again. And I want to put the weak in quotation marks here, of course. Somewhere along the way, I maybe learned to never show weakness. I'm scared of burning out again. Maybe sometimes I feel tired or exhausted. Overwhelmed and depleted. Panicky or anxious. And I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I'll burn out again. Maybe in other words, I might in the future need another break. I can't take another break. I've had this one break and it has to be enough. All this fear of burning out again. Everything that taking a break means to me and society. Scared of what others will think. Of what I will think of myself. What do I think of myself? Do I listen to my body when it needs a break? Do I honor its needs? I'm scared of what could happen. even if at the moment maybe everything's fine. But there's so much pressure I put on myself to succeed and be normal. To not be behind again. Maybe that's where the fear is coming from. The pressure. Maybe I'd feel less anxious if I put less pressure on myself to succeed. Maybe I'd be less fearful if I had more compassion with myself and more grace. Maybe I'm allowed to rest and feel tired sometimes. Maybe I'm allowed to feel overwhelmed sometimes. And maybe that doesn't mean that I'm going to burn out again. Maybe tiredness is normal sometimes. Maybe I can allow my body to rest and to feel exhausted on some days. And by giving my body the allowance to rest, it can recharge. I can recharge. Because pressuring myself into never feeling tired and exhausted is tiring itself. That creates so much pressure. And I don't need that pressure. I know what I need. I know what I need to rest and restore. I'm aware of my needs and my boundaries. And I honor them most of the time or all of the time. And if sometimes I don't, that's okay. Instead of focusing on never burning out again, maybe I can trust myself to honor my needs and to allow myself to truly rest. I release the fear of burning out again. I do not need this fear anymore. Close your eyes briefly. You can put the hands on your chest if you want to. See where you're at on a scale from 0 to 10. How strong is that fear? And if you have specific symptoms that maybe have come up again, then you can do this video again and replace my words and make that video your own by being very specific and working with that symptom. Could be sleep issues, could be something else as well. Make sure to repeat that video until you get that activation or fear or stress down to ideally a 0, and keep repeating it on a daily basis for at least 7, ideally 14 days to really dig deep and work at the root cause also. That being said, sometimes we need a bit more support. So if you feel you want to work on this on a deeper level, feel free to reach out to me. I work online in English and German, and I help highly sensitive women release chronic stress so they can come home to themselves and discover what it feels like to feel inner calm and confidence. Take care and have a lovely day. And let me know in the comments also what you thought of this video.